I'm here with Phil Delgado with Goosehead Insurance, and today we're going to find out why insurance rates are climbing, what's going on, and how do we tackle it moving forward.
Raul, that's a great question. Home insurance prices in Bexar County are $2,700 a year. If we go up to Austin, up 35, we're talking about $3,200 a year. DFW area and Houston, we're talking $4,100 in annual insurance premiums. That's affecting people's mortgages, and I understand you want to know what's going on. Here's the three major factors contributing to the cost of home insurance. Number one, catastrophic weather-related events. In 2023, we had $50 billion of worldwide catastrophic weather events. Now, in 2024, in Texas alone, the estimated losses were $35 billion. And in 2024 and 2025, and Texas is the number one state in terms of tornadoes and hailstorms. That's what's affecting these home insurance premiums. The catastrophic weather events, the cost of building materials, which is tied to inflation, and then there's something in insurance called reinsurance. These insurance carriers, Travelers, Nationwide, State Farm, purchase insurance to help them pay out catastrophic weather claims. I'll give you an example. In California, State Farm is going to pay out about $7 billion from the wildfires. $6 billion of that is going to come from their reinsurance policies. That's a tremendous claim they filed. Guess what's going to happen to State Farm's reinsurance premium next year? It's going to go up. They're going to pass that cost on to the consumer.
So with all these challenges, Phil, how can local homeowners control their costs or do something proactive to kind of keep costs down?
So here's what we need to do if we want to lower our home insurance cost. We need to maintain our homes. That means trimming back trees. We have to make our homes insurable. Okay, so we're going to trim back our trees. We're going to make sure to repair any rotten siding, cracks in the driveway, any damaged or worn shingles. We need to replace those. As soon as we make sure our house is insurable, then we need to shop the market. Find an elite insurance broker like the Phil Delgado Agency to shop the market and find the company who's going to give you the strongest coverage at the lowest price. So number one, make sure your house is insurable. You don't want to shop for insurance, change companies, and then when they send an inspector out there, they say, nope, you've got to replace your roof. Well, now we try to save money, and we're looking at a $10,000 roof job.
So with all these insurance premiums and all these things going on, is there any sight in mind, 12, 24 months of stabilization, or is this just what we're in for the long run?
That's a great question. So we are seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. We've got carriers who pulled out of the market in the last 3 years starting to come back. Underwriting guidelines are beginning to be loosened up a little bit. And as more carriers come back into the marketplace, we're seeing an increase in competition, which is reducing the insurance premium. Now, our premium is going to go back down to where they were, just like insurance rates? No, they're not. But here's what's going to happen. As more carriers come back into the market, we're going to stop seeing those outlier policies that people purchase because this is the only company who is willing to insure them or available to insure them in 2023 and 2024 seasons.
So you've been in the business for over a decade now, which is remarkable. What are some of the biggest challenges or changes you've seen in your tenure?
So 10 years ago, the insurance industry was in growth phase. Insurance companies were scrambling for market share. They wanted to grow. That meant low premiums. It meant a huge selection of insurance carriers. It meant that nearly every home that we quoted was insurable as is. Mm-hmm. Fast forward 10 years from now, premiums have doubled and tripled over the last 10 years. In the last 2 years, home insurance premiums have increased 50%.
So let's figure it out. You said underwriting guidelines are tightening. What you hit on a couple of things, but what does that mean to the viewer? What is that really up to?
So underwriting guidelines is how an insurance carrier filters out homes and applicants that they do not want to insure. Okay. So whereas 10 years ago, a roof was considered old when it was over 20 years old. Mm-hmm. Today, if your roof's over 10 years old, 50% of insurance carriers are either going to not want to insure that house or they're going to reduce and limit coverage on that roof. Okay. We also talked about carrier options. 10 years ago, we had carriers competing for business. Today, we have probably 50% of the carriers are either not writing business or they've tightened their underwriting guidelines to the point to where 50% of homes are just not insurable and eligible with them. Okay.
So then once a policy is written, right, and they send the inspector out there, is the homeowner in the clear or what happens next?
That's a great question. We're in the real estate business, right. So there's a misconception that when you buy a home, you get the property inspected by a pre-sale inspector. And if the pre-sale inspector gives it a thumbs up, then the insurance company should insure the property. The insurance company is going to send out their own independent inspector to make sure there's no pre-existing damage, no vicious breed dogs in there, etc. Now, if you pass that inspection, great, thumbs up. What's happening today is insurance carriers are using satellite imagery to re-inspect properties that have already been insured for 5 and 10 years. So if those satellite imagery shows overhanging trees, worn roofs, trampolines in the backyard, this property could be flagged and the client could receive a non-renewal notice. Basically, their insurance is being canceled. And claims is another reason that that insurance carriers are using to say, hey, we're not going to offer you a renewal policy. You filed a claim last year.
Right.
And we're talking about name brand companies. There's a big company here in town that just yesterday a client called me and they said that, hey, this carrier, a four-letter carrier is non-renewing me because I filed a claim last year.
For those that don't know, what is an insurance broker versus an insurance agent?
That's a great question. So my dad's a State Farm agent, been an agent over 40 years. He sells State Farm insurance. An insurance broker is an independent insurance agent who's licensed and appointed to sell insurance for multiple carriers. For example, me and my team at Goosehead Insurance, we're insurance agents for over 30 A-rated carriers. I'm an agent with Travelers, Nationwide, Liberty Mutual, Progressive, Farmers, Allstate, and more. What that gives us the ability to do is shop the entire market to find clients the strongest coverage at the lowest price. We're not middlemen. We are literally appointed agents with all these carriers.
Which I could say you know all my insurance needs, so thank you very much for that. And they do shop everything through and through. What is one of the biggest things that people don't know about home and auto insurance?
So the number one thing people don't know about home insurance and auto insurance, that what drives your rate, what you pay for insurance above everything else is credit score. If you want to lower your insurance, improve your credit score. Second thing is don't file small claims.
So small claims, right? You just mentioned that. Are you talking about like if you get an offender bender, you do the work yourself, take it to the body shop? Talking about something a little larger than that.
You mentioned fender benders. So in my household, anything that can be paid cash at a body shop for less than $1,000, we're paying out of pocket. On the home insurance side, we've got to assume that a water claim is going to increase your annual premium by $300, and it's going to stay on your record for 5 years. So that's $1,500. Again, if the payout is going to be less than $1,500, pay it out of pocket. Do not file a claim. Look at your deductible. If the claim is not going to exceed, if the cost to repair the damage is not going to exceed your deductible, don't even call your insurance company other than asking what my deductible is. Pay it out of pocket.
Okay, and what about with roofs? Sometimes people are scared of putting a claim on a roof, but that's weather related, so that's not a ding on the policy, is it?
There's no reason to not file a weather-related claim like a hail claim. You want to get that roof replaced, especially nowadays. That's one of the biggest discounts on home insurance is a new roof. So absolutely, get that roof replaced.
Bill, great info here. I mean, you have tons of experience. How do the viewers find out more about their insurance policies and how do they get in contact with you?
If you guys want to lower your insurance costs, or at minimum, be sure you have the right coverage, at the Delgado Agency, we insure all over Texas. Reach out to us at 210-899-3800. Email your current declaration page to my wife, Jessica, who manages our sales team at jessica.delgado@goosehead.com.
I love it. Family-based business. Bill, thank you for joining and thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day.
Thank you.